What's up, future CPAs? If you're hitting the books for the LCPA, you know management accounting can feel like a monster topic. So in this explainer, we're going to hack your study guide. We're breaking down the must-know concepts so you actually get it and it sticks in your brain for the long haul. Let's do this.
So you've probably spent years of your life staring at historical data, right? Balance sheets, income statements, it's all focused on what's already done and dusted. But that is literally only half the picture.
The other half, the really exciting part, is about using all that info to look ahead. It's about making those huge decisions that actually drive the business forward. You stop being just a scorekeeper and start becoming a key player in the strategy.
Okay, so let's lock in a solid definition for this forward-looking side of accounting. What exactly is management accounting anyway?
The key phrase here is helps managers. This stuff isn't for outsiders like investors or the government. Think of it as the company's internal, top-secret playbook, the toolkit managers use to make smart calls and actually run the show from the inside.
All right, this next part is huge. Seriously, understanding the difference between financial and managerial accounting comes up all the time on the LCPA, so let's nail this down.
And look, this isn't just about memorizing a list. It's about getting two totally different ways of thinking about accounting. Let's break down the big differences you absolutely need to know.
So check this out. This table shows two completely different worlds. Financial accounting is all about looking backward, following strict rules like GAAP for outsiders. But managerial accounting, it's all about looking forward with no fixed rules for the internal team. One is about reporting history, the other is about creating the future. So here's the ultimate takeaway. If you remember one thing, remember this. Always ask who the report is for. The audience changes everything. Outsiders need standardized historical facts, but the inside team, they need customized, forward-looking info to make decisions. It's that simple.
Okay, good question. This is another term that gets thrown around and can be kind of confusing. So let's clear up exactly where cost accounting fits into this whole picture.
The easiest way to think about it is that cost accounting is the data guy. It gets down into the weeds, calculating exactly what a product or service costs to make. Then, management accounting takes that super detailed cost data and uses it for the big strategic moves, like should we keep selling this product, or how should we price this?
So we know what it is, but how do managers actually use this stuff? Well, it really comes down to three main jobs that work in a continuous cycle.
This right here is the whole game. It's a loop. First, you plan. You set your goals, make your budgets. Then you direct. You get your team moving to make it happen. And finally, you control. You look at your actual results, compare them to the plan, and figure out what to do next. That feedback then fuels your next plan.
And for the board exams, this is the connection you have to make. Management accounting isn't passive. It's not just about making reports for the sake of it. It is the information engine that powers every single one of these management functions. Without it, managers are basically just guessing.
Okay, so you get the concepts. Awesome. But how do you make sure this information stays in your head for 3 weeks, 3 months, or even 3 years until the LCPA? Let's get into some brain hacks to make it all stick.
Okay, this first one is a game changer. It's called analogy anchoring. Think of it this way. Financial accounting is like your car's rearview mirror. It's absolutely essential for seeing where you've been. But management accounting, that's your GPS and your entire dashboard. It's showing you the math, your speed, your fuel level. It's guiding you where you need to go.
Hack number 2 is the why chain. Instead of just memorizing a fact, you ask why over and over. Don't just learn that managers use budgets. Ask why. Well, to control spending. Why do they need to control spending? So the company doesn't run out of money. Why does that matter? Because then everyone loses their jobs. See? Following that chain turns a boring fact into a high-stakes story that you'll actually remember under pressure.
And finally, hack number 3. Visualize the flow. Don't just read words on a page. Create a movie in your head. Seriously, picture a manager getting a report that shows their costs are way too high. That's the controlling part. Then, picture them using that info to create a smarter schedule for next month. That's the planning part. When you can see the story, you won't forget the concepts.
All right, let's do a super quick rapid-fire review. If you're down to the wire or just need the absolute core ideas, this is your cheat sheet. Let's lock it in. Go ahead, take a screenshot of this, tattoo it on your arm, whatever works. These 5 points are the foundation of everything. I can almost guarantee these ideas will pop up on your exam in one way or another. And really, that's what this is all about. Management accounting isn't just another subject you have to pass.
It's the skill set that changes you from someone who just reports the numbers into a strategic player who helps decide where the company goes next. Now go crush your studies.